When people think about the future of crypto, most only look a year or two ahead. They focus on the next bull run, the next halving, or the next big project. But what happens when we zoom out further? What happens if we fast forward to the year 2030? That's only 5 years away, but in crypto time, 5 years is like a lifetime. Think about it. 5 years ago, in 2020, Bitcoin was trading under $10,000, Ethereum was under $200, NFTs weren't even mainstream, and no one was talking about AI coins or meme coin mania at this scale. Now here we are in 2025, with institutional adoption, spot ETFs, massive layer 2 ecosystems, and entire sectors like GameFi, DeFi, and tokenization. If that much change can happen in 5 years, imagine what could happen in the next 5. That's why today we're going to talk about the future of crypto in 2030, and I'm going to share some bold predictions about what the landscape could look like. Now let's set the stage. By 2030, crypto will not be a fringe sector anymore. It will be deeply embedded in everyday life. I'm not saying every single person will be trading tokens or minting NFTs, but blockchain will be behind the scenes powering things most people don't even realize. Just like people use the internet every day without understanding how TCP/IP works, crypto will underpin financial systems, gaming ecosystems, identity frameworks, and global commerce without most users even thinking about it. So when I make these predictions, I'm not just talking about token prices, I'm talking about the big picture, the adoption, the regulation, the integration into society, and the winners and losers of this new digital economy. The first bold prediction is about Bitcoin. By 2030, I believe Bitcoin will be recognized globally as digital gold. It won't necessarily replace fiat currencies entirely, but it will sit alongside gold, government bonds, and major currencies as one of the key pillars of global finance. Countries will hold Bitcoin in their reserves. Pension funds and retirement accounts will allocate to Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation and as a store of value. And the price? I believe by 2030, Bitcoin could easily trade in the range of $500,000 to $1 million per coin. That may sound extreme now, but think about the supply and demand. The supply is fixed. The halvings continue to cut new issuance. And as more and more institutions allocate even a small percentage of their portfolios, the demand will far outweigh the available coins. Combine that with the fact that millions of Bitcoin are lost forever, and you have a supply squeeze unlike anything else in finance. Bitcoin in 2030 will be less about speculation and more about preservation of wealth. Ethereum is the second piece of this story. In 2030, I believe Ethereum will be the world's settlement layer. Right now, people argue about Ethereum's gas fees, scalability, and competition from Solana, Avalanche, and countless other smart contract platforms. But the truth is, Ethereum has the network effects, the developer base, and the institutional credibility to become the backbone of decentralized applications. By 2030, I see Ethereum being used for everything from tokenized stocks and real estate to global payment settlements and decentralized identity. The Ethereum ecosystem, through rollups, ZK proofs, and Layer 2 solutions, will handle massive amounts of traffic without users even realizing they're interacting with Ethereum. Think of it as the Apple App Store of blockchain. Most people won't care that they're using Ethereum, they'll just care that their apps work. As for ETH, the token, I can see it trading in the tens of thousands, maybe 50,000 or more, as it becomes the oil that powers this digital economy. But it won't just be Bitcoin and Ethereum. By 2030, I predict we'll see a new class of dominant blockchains emerge. Solana is one of the leading candidates with its speed, low fees, and growing ecosystem. If Solana continues to mature, it could become the go-to platform for consumer-facing applications, gaming, and mobile crypto experiences. Imagine millions of gamers trading in-game assets on Solana without even realizing they're using blockchain. Other contenders might include projects we haven't even heard of yet, because that's the beauty of crypto. Innovation is relentless. The so-called Ethereum killers of today may fade, and new protocols could rise, just like Facebook replaced MySpace or how TikTok rose out of nowhere. So one bold prediction is that by 2030, at least 1 or 2 blockchains we're not even discussing today will be household names, with ecosystems rivaling or even surpassing Ethereum and Solana. Another huge prediction is about stablecoins. Right now, stablecoins like USTD and USCD are mainly used by traders and people moving money between exchanges. But by 2030, stablecoins could be the backbone of global payments. Imagine a world where your paycheck is issued in a stablecoin, your rent is paid in stablecoins, and merchants accept stablecoins alongside credit cards. They'll be faster, cheaper, and more efficient than the traditional banking system. Governments might even issue their own regulated stablecoins or central bank digital currencies to compete. In fact, I think we'll see a hybrid system. Privately issued stablecoins like USDC and government-backed CBDCs coexisting, with people choosing whichever best fits their needs. This shift will disrupt banks in ways we can't even imagine, because suddenly you won't need a traditional account to store value or make payments, you'll just need a crypto wallet. And then we have DeFi, decentralized finance. By 2030, DeFi won't just be a niche for crypto enthusiasts, it will be a trillion-dollar sector competing directly with Wall Street. Lending, borrowing, trading, insurance, all of it will exist on decentralized platforms that are transparent, automated, and accessible to anyone with an internet connection. Regulators will step in, of course, but the genie is out of the bottle. DeFi protocols will become more user-friendly, safer, and integrated with the broader financial system. We'll see banks offering hybrid services where the backend is powered by DeFi, even if customers don't know it. This is one of the boldest predictions I'll make. By 2030, a significant percentage of all global financial transactions could be running on decentralized rails. Let's talk about NFTs, because I know some people still roll their eyes when they hear the term. But by 2030, NFTs won't just be overpriced JPEGs. They'll be digital property rights. Your house deed could be an NFT, your car title, your diploma, your medical records, all tokenized as NFTs that are verifiable, transferable, and secure. Entertainment industries will fully embrace NFTs. Movies, music, and gaming will all be powered by tokenized ownership models. Gamers will truly own their in-game assets and trade them freely across platforms. This isn't hype. It's the logical evolution of digital ownership. By 2030, NFTs will be so normalized that people won't even use the term NFT anymore. They'll just call it ownership. Another bold prediction, by 2030, crypto regulation will be clear, standardized, and global. Right now, regulation is fragmented and uncertain. Some countries embrace crypto, while others ban it. But over the next 5 years, that will change. Governments can't ignore this industry anymore. They'll create frameworks for compliance, taxation, and investor protection. And once the rules are clear, the floodgates will open. Institutions that have been sitting on the sidelines will dive in headfirst. Pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, insurance companies, they'll all allocate to crypto because the regulatory risk will be gone. Ironically, regulation will be the very thing that unlocks the next wave of adoption. And let's not forget about privacy. By 2030, privacy coins and privacy features will be more important than ever. As governments push CBDCs and surveillance ramps up, people will crave privacy-preserving options. I predict a renaissance for privacy-focused technologies like zero-knowledge proofs, private blockchains, and even hybrid systems where users can choose how much information to reveal. The demand for digital privacy will only grow, and crypto is uniquely positioned to provide it. So don't get discouraged by short-term volatility, don't get distracted by hype cycles, and don't lose sight of the big picture. The next 5 years will be full of noise, but if you focus on the long-term trajectory, the opportunity is enormous. By 2030, crypto won't just be about making money. It will be about freedom, ownership, and empowerment. It will redefine how we interact with value, how we connect with communities, and how we live in the digital age. That's the bold future I see coming. And the only question left is, are you going to be a spectator or are you going to be a participant? Because the train is moving, and by 2030, it may be too late to catch up.